Dear soul, today the angels have brought me here to deliver something that will shake your heart, but also calm it in a way you might not have expected. There is a greater force guiding this message to you at this very moment. It's no coincidence that you're reading this now. Something very deep is about to happen, and what I'm about to reveal may change everything. Have you ever had the feeling that something is about to happen, but you can't explain what? As if the air around you were thicker, as if your chest carried a restlessness with no name. Well, the angels are saying that restlessness has a name, and you will hear it today. You may not be ready, but this revelation will come unexpectedly, in a comment, in a random conversation, in a memory that pops up out of nowhere. And when you hear her name, something inside you will stir. A whirlwind of feelings will surface. But there's a reason for this. Don't be afraid. Pain will be present, yes, but it will come with another face, the face of relief. Before continuing the message, write this mantra in the comments. My soul is ready to heal what was left behind. Now continuing the message. This person, the one whose name will echo in your ears today, carries a weight that is also yours. Someone from your past who, for a long time, has been silent in your heart, but has never ceased to exist there. Her name is like a spiritual key that opens doors that have been closed for years. And you know this, even if you try to deny it, even if you say you've overcome it, that you've moved on. Deep down, a part of you still holds on to that memory tightly. Do you remember the way she looked at you, the way her words seemed to make sense when no one else understood? The touch, the absence, the silence that followed? All of this is stored. The angels know. They saw you cry in secret, trying to convince yourself that everything was fine. But now the moment of truth has arrived. This name will be mentioned, and it's no coincidence. This memory comes to be released, transformed. The angels show that this woman, yes, it's a woman, still has a bond with you. No, this doesn't mean you will physically reunite, though it could happen. It means that something between you needs to be resolved. Your energies are connected by a bond that was left incomplete. You might think you've forgotten, that love has passed. But this woman left marks, good, bad, confusing, marks that defined who you are in love. After her, you changed. You stopped trusting certain things. You built barriers. And without realizing it, you ended up locking away a part of you that still pulses, a part of you that deserves to be freed. Today, when you hear her name, the angels ask, stop for a moment. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Allow yourself to feel. Don't run from this emotion, because it's in this moment that healing begins. You might hear this name in a dream, or someone might say it without intention. You might even utter it in thought, unintentionally. But it doesn't matter how. What matters is what it will evoke in you. You will feel a shiver, a lump in your throat, or a sudden peace. Each soul reacts in its own way. But all will feel that something important has just been unlocked. And why now? Because you are ready. Because the woman you are today is different from the one who lived that story. And the angels know you deserve to live a complete, whole, light love. But for that, you need to let go of what was left unfinished, and only you can do that. The angels show that this unresolved connection still influences your current relationships. Maybe you close yourself off out of fear of suffering again, or you feel indebted to someone who is no longer present. Maybe you unconsciously compare every new person to her, and without knowing it, you remain tied to a story that has been asking for release for a long time. But it doesn't have to be this way anymore. This message has arrived to give you the sign you've been asking for. And here it is. You're being called to forgive, to understand, to accept, and if you wish, to say goodbye once and for all. This person doesn't need to be by your side for this to happen. Sometimes the truest goodbye happens in the silence of the heart, when you choose to move on in peace. And that's what the angels invite you to do. What's to come will transform you. This release will make room for a new love, lighter, more sincere, more true. A love that doesn't need to hide behind past fears, but you need to choose to make space. The angels don't force, they wait for your permission. And today it all starts with a name. Her name. Prepare yourself, dear. This won't be just another memory. It will be the portal to a new phase. Your heart will tremble, yes. It might hurt, perhaps, but after, a calm will come that you haven't felt in a long time. A clarity. And you'll know that something inside you has finally found peace. What will you do when you hear this name? Will you try to forget? Will you run away? Or will you embrace what you feel and allow it to be healed? The answer lies within you, and remember, the angels are by your side. You are not alone in this journey. They hold your hand, envelop you in light, and tell you now, you are loved, you are strong, and you are ready. Her name will come as a whisper of destiny, and you will know. Something inside you will recognize it. You thought you had already overcome, that her name would no longer have any impact on you. But when it is spoken, something different will happen. A part of you that was dormant will awaken, and the angels ask you not to fight it. It's not weakness, it's healing. The heart has its own timing, and you don't need to rush. This woman, who marked your life, was not just a passion, she was a mirror, a reflection of your pains, your needs, your most intimate desires. With her, you experienced feelings that until then seemed too distant. And even though your relationship may have taken confusing or even painful paths, there is something that was never fully resolved. That's why her name returns. Perhaps you wonder, why now? Why, after so long, does this memory insist on returning? And the angels answer, because you are ready to understand what once hurt too much to be seen clearly. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, under 11, I receive the healing that the universe has prepared for me, to claim it. If this message touched your heart, feel free to support this work with a thank you so much. It helps us continue bringing messages of light to so many souls who need hope. Now let's continue. This person who once looked at you with such intensity still carries memories of you today. She may be far away, living other things, but there is something in you that left a mark on her soul. It wasn't just any encounter. You didn't cross paths by chance. The angels show that there was a much greater purpose involved. Sometimes relationships happen to teach, other times to heal, but the most special ones are those that happen to reveal. Yes, this woman revealed things about yourself that were hidden. She awakened your intensity, your vulnerability, your strength, your courage to love with an open heart, even if it hurt afterward. And what does all this have to do with the present moment? Everything. The angels show me a clear image. You are at an emotional crossroads. On one side, continuing to pretend you feel nothing. On the other, embracing this memory with maturity and making peace with the past. Because it is this forgiveness, this understanding, that will open the path to a new love. We're not necessarily talking about going back to the past, but about looking at it with the wisdom that only time can bring. This person was important, and maybe, just maybe, her name will come today as a sign that the wound is ready to heal for good. You might hear this name through an unexpected call, a conversation with someone who didn't even know this story, a song, a dream, or even a post on social media. But when it happens, you'll know. Not from the outside, but from within. Your body will react, your heart will beat differently, and in that moment, the angels will be by your side. Tears might come, old scenes might play like a movie in your mind. You might feel your heart tighten, but at the same time a sense of clarity will come, an understanding that didn't exist before, and that is liberating. You'll start to realize that that relationship had a reason, that pain taught you something, that loss was not in vain, and that, despite everything, You survived, you flourished, you became stronger, but there's one thing you might not know. On the other side, that woman also feels, even if she denies it, even if she tries to move on, even if she doesn't have the courage to say it. There's an invisible connection between you, and she feels it when you think of her. She feels it when something changes in your field. She feels it even in silence. That's why this healing is not just yours, it's for both of you. When you release this forgiveness, this pain, this memory, she also feels an inexplicable relief. What you do now echoes in her heart, even if you're not in contact. And do you know what else the angels show? That you're about to experience a new beginning in your love life. But this new beginning will only be complete when you allow what's trapped inside you to find its way out. And this happens when her name is heard and accepted with love. Dear soul, you deserve a new love, a light love, sincere, free from comparisons and old burdens. But for that, the portals need to be closed with gratitude, with understanding, with peace. You are so strong for having come this far, for having loved, for having allowed yourself to experience something that transformed you, even if it hurt, even if it ended without explanation. Even if the other side never had the courage to say everything they felt, you survived. But now it's time to do more than survive. It's time to truly live. Open yourself to this possibility. When her name comes up, look within, feel, breathe. Let it come, and then release. Mentally repeat, I accept, I understand, I release. And then something magical happens. The angels say that a new loving energy is already approaching you, and it will come as soon as your heart is free to receive it. Everything starts with this small gesture, welcoming this name with compassion. Today, when you hear this name, remember that it's the universe telling you you are ready. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 7. Write in the comments, I receive the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 7, and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love very much. Dear soul, are you ready to know what's behind all this? Ready to hear what the angels see when they look at you, at your heart, and at this story that still vibrates somewhere inside you? There's something that needs to be understood. Not everything that ends has truly ended. Sometimes what's left unexplained becomes an invisible prison, and that's what we need to talk about. Now, the woman whose name you'll hear today represents much more than just a memory. She symbolizes an unclosed portal, a shelved emotion, a why that never had an answer. And the angels show me clearly, this burden, even if silent, has influenced your feelings until today. Have you noticed how certain relationships of yours repeat themselves? As if the love patterns were always similar, as if you were trapped in a type of story that in some way ends with the same feeling of emptiness, of abandonment, of doubt. This is not a coincidence. This is active, emotional memory. This memory formed when her name began to mean pain, when her voice left longing, when you, out of fear, decided it was better to forget than to face. And this, my dear, was a defense mechanism, necessary at that moment, but not anymore. Today, the angels show you that you are safe to revisit this memory and give it new meaning. Because you are no longer that woman you once were. You have cried, fallen, and risen, and most importantly, you have survived everything you thought you couldn't bear, and only those who have gone through this can understand the value of the healing that is about to happen. Before continuing the message, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take the opportunity to do so. This helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Now, continuing the message. When you hear her name, and this is getting closer, your heart will beat with a different intensity. And no matter how much you try to hide it, you will realize that the impact is not just memory. It's a sign that there is still energy between you. And pay attention. This doesn't mean you will get back together, but it does mean that you are still connected by something that needs to be resolved. The silence between you has been too long. The conversations that didn't happen, the gestures that weren't made, the words that got stuck in your throat. All of this has accumulated inside you like a stifled scream, and the angels are telling you that now is the time for release. But how do you release something that won't come back? How do you end something that had no ending? The angels answer, by embracing. Embracing is not reliving. It's not hurting yourself again. It's looking with truth, with maturity. It's telling yourself, it was important, it was real, but now it's time to let go. This is how your love life will change, because the energy that is stuck needs to flow. And only you can unlock this emotional flow. Only you can allow the new to come. But the new only comes when the old finds its rightful place, the place of the past. You might be asking yourself, but what if there are still feelings? What if it still hurts a lot? What if I find out I still want this person? These questions are valid, and the angels say there's no problem in feeling. Feeling is what makes us human, but staying tied to something that is already gone is what prevents your happiness. And you deserve to be happy, with lightness, with reciprocity, with truth. So when you hear her name today, and you will, stop for a moment. Be silent, touch your heart, breathe, close your eyes, and just say softly to yourself, I accept that. This story happened. I accept what I lived. I release what holds me. I make room for the new. You will see how powerful this simple phrase is. It is like a breath from the angels, removing the rubble from the soul so that true love can flourish. The angels show me now something even deeper. This liberation will also cleanse memories of future relationships. Yes, because unknowingly you have been building your emotional bonds from fear. Fear of losing, fear of surrendering, fear of repeating the pain, and fear is not a basis for love. But now this can change, and it will change. Have you ever felt that no one could touch you like she did, that no one understood you with a look like she did? That wasn't an illusion. It was a real connection. But what the angels want you to understand now is this can happen again. With another person, with renewed energy, with a love that heals you, not hurts you. But for this, you need to make peace with the past. Without anger, without blame, without idealization, just gratitude. This person, no matter how much they hurt you, was an instrument of your transformation. They taught you what you want and what you no longer want. They gave you a map, even without knowing of the path your soul desires to tread. And now, it is you who takes the wheel. It's up to you. Will I remain stuck in the past, or will I open my arms to the love that awaits me? The angels say, love is coming, and it comes lightly, it comes gently, but it only enters where there is space. Prepare your space, prepare your heart. Dear soul, at this moment in your spiritual journey, the angels invite you to take a step that many avoid their entire lives, the step of forgiveness. And we're not just talking about forgiving others, we're talking above all about forgiving yourself. Yes, perhaps you've tried to keep this memory buried for a long time, tried not to talk about it anymore, tried to act as if nothing had happened. But you know, every time her name comes up, even if just in thought, something inside you stirs. Because there is a wound that hasn't been treated with the gentleness it deserved. And here's what the angels want you to understand. Forgiveness is not a gift you offer to those who hurt you. It's the relief you grant yourself. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, that you would like to forgive. Visualize each one of them. Send love and say, I forgive you and I set you free. May peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. Now, continuing the message, The angels show me clearly. Inside you, there is still a mix of guilt, sadness, regret, and even anger. All of this is stored as if they were dusty boxes inside your heart. You even try to forget, but every now and then you stumble upon one of them unintentionally. And then everything comes back. The memory, the pain, the what if. But what would happen if you decided to open these boxes with love? Not to relive the past, but to empty them. What would happen if you decided to set yourself free? You deserve this, you know. You deserve to wake up without carrying this weight. You deserve to live a new love without looking in the rearview mirror. You deserve to smile again with a light heart. The angels reveal that this woman, whose name you will hear today, also carries her own regrets. She hasn't forgotten. She remembers. She might even pretend otherwise, but deep down, she knows. And perhaps she is also waiting for this silent forgiveness that comes from soul to soul, even without words. Yes, because there are forgivings that don't need to be spoken. They are simply felt, vibrated, transmitted in silence, like a prayer. And perhaps this is the prayer you need to make. Today, not for her, not to her, but for you. Say with tenderness, even if softly, I forgive myself. I did the best I could. I didn't know everything, but I acted with my heart. I release this pain. I embrace peace. I accept the learning. And now I set myself free. You will feel a strong emotion when doing this. There may be tears, there may be chills. There may be a feeling of emptiness, and it's all okay. This is the sign that the cleansing is happening. The healing has arrived. The angels say, you've spent too much time being hard on yourself, demanding perfection, mentally repeating that. You shouldn't have done, said or felt certain things. But all this self-criticism has only distanced you from something very important, your own compassion. It's time to embrace yourself with kindness, to look at your past with understanding, not condemnation, to realize that you were a woman trying to love, and amidst your limitations, you did the best you could with the tools you had. This moment now of true forgiveness is like a key. It opens a new door. A new version of you is being born, lighter, more loving, more prepared to receive a new love with your whole heart. And when you hear her name today, it won't be like before. You won't crumble, you won't run away. You will take a deep breath, feel a peace taking over your chest and say, I forgive you. I forgive myself. And now, we each continue on our own path. This is the turning point. And you know what's most beautiful in all of this? The angels show that by releasing this energy, you attract a more genuine love, more compatible with who you are now. No longer a love based on need, but a love that is born from emotional maturity, from freedom, from conscious choice. You no longer need to repeat the same story. You no longer need to attract someone who only knows half of you. Now you can love with wholeness, because now you are whole. Forgiving is not saying it didn't hurt. It's saying, despite the pain, I choose to move forward in peace. And this choice is in your hands today. You are a powerful soul, and the angels are around. You at this moment, like a wheel of light, supporting every tear that falls, embracing every thought that passes through your mind. They see you as you may have never seen yourself, strong, sensitive, magnificent, and they tell you now, today you close a cycle, today you plant a new seed. The woman you were thanks you. The woman you are flourishes. The woman you will be already feels the scent of freedom, and it all begins with a name. Dear soul, you've come so far. You've gone through memories, faced wounds, released forgiveness. And now, the angels want to show you something you may have forgotten over time, how special you are. Perhaps you no longer see yourself as before. Maybe that sparkle that once existed in your eyes was dimmed by harsh words, by silences that hurt more than screams, by relationships that never truly saw you. But today is different. Today you will begin to remember. The woman you were, the woman who loved with such devotion, with such purity, she is still there. She was just hidden beneath sorrows that were not hers, hidden behind doubts, planted by those who didn't know how to love you as you deserved. But now that you've heard her name, now that you've released the weight that this story carried, something within you stirs, a strength that you may not yet recognize, but that will grow. It's as if a soft voice whispers in your heart. You no longer need to beg for love. You are love. And that is the most powerful truth the angels want you to hear today. For a long time you tried to fit in, to be accepted. You tried to mold yourself to the desires of others, silenced your intuition, ignored your needs, all in the name of a feeling that seemed right, but that demanded too much from you. It demanded that you stop being who you are. But dear, true love never asks you to nullify yourself. On the contrary, real love expands you, encourages you, illuminates you, and this love begins with you. If you heard her name today and felt something stir within you, know it's not longing for the other person. It's longing for yourself, longing for the woman who knew what she wanted, who had lightness, who had a free laugh, who knew how to dream. And if you are willing, the angels will guide you back to her. Start slowly. Look at yourself with kindness. Remember moments when you were happy alone. Moments when your presence was enough. It wasn't she who gave you meaning. It was you who gave meaning to everything you lived, because you are the source, you are the light. And now, it's time to reignite that light. You may have believed that this story broke you, but what the angels are saying now is that it remade you. It remade your vision, repositioned your soul, and now you are stronger. Perhaps you don't see it yet, but that will change. You will wake up one of these days and realize that that longing has turned into learning, that that name which once hurt so much is now just a period, because you will understand that the most important story is not the one you live with the other, but the one you live with yourself. And from the moment this new relationship with yourself begins, everything changes. You will attract a new gaze, a new kind of love, a new vibration. The angels say, life is preparing a meeting for you. But this encounter can only happen with those who are ready, and you're almost there. Just a little more. So take care of yourself now. Start over from within. Do small things that connect you with who you truly are. Dance alone. Write letters you won't send. Talk to the mirror. Walk while listening to your favorite music. Laugh out loud. Cry softly. Live. Because when you reconnect with yourself, no one can divert you from your path anymore. Not the past. Not her name. You know what else the angels show me? That often you had no one to confide in. You kept everything to yourself. You carried it all silently. But now you can share this with the heavens. The angels are listening. They are watching you at this moment with eyes of love and pride. Because seeing you reclaim your essence is like watching a flower bloom after a long winter. And they tell you now, you are ready to receive what is rightfully yours. True love, peace, clarity, and most importantly, yourself. Don't blame yourself for having loved, or for having given yourself, or for having trusted. Each of these actions came from your light, and now this light is returning to you. Dear soul, something new is approaching. Can you feel it? It's as if the air around you is changing, as if a part of you silently says, this time, it will be different. And it will. Because you are different. If this message touched you, then write in the comments, I reconnect with myself, I am enough, I choose me, and share it with someone who needs to remember this too. Dear soul, now that you've taken the most important steps, looked at yourself with compassion, forgiven the past, freed what bound you, and reignited your strength, it's time for the angels to reveal something that can change everything in your heart. There is someone watching you, someone you might not even imagine, but who has noticed your energy changing, someone who has been touched by your light, even from a distance, and this person is about to approach. But here's what few understand. This approach is only possible now because you allowed the old to leave. You created space. And where there is space, the universe begins to fill it with the new. This new presence forming in your energy doesn't come to replace anyone. It comes to teach you to be loved with lightness, without demands, without confusion, without the pain that accompanied you before. The angels say, you will recognize this person not by their eyes, but by the calm they will bring to your chest. This time, it won't be that restless love, full of doubts and comings and goings. It will be a love that comes like a silent and true hug, and you will know it's real. Now, I want to ask you one thing. Share this video with 2 loved ones who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer for your guardian angel. This strengthens your connection and spreads the energy of this message to more hearts that are also ready to awaken. Back to the revelation. This new person could be someone who has already crossed your path, but will only now reveal themselves clearly. Or it could be someone new, an apparently ordinary encounter that will soon show a special meaning. And do you know how you will feel this? By the peace. Because the angels want you to stop associating love with suffering. The time has come for you to live a story where love cares, not consumes. But beware, this person won't knock on your door with a luminous sign. They will come subtly, perhaps in a gesture of care, in a casual conversation, in an exchange of glances that seem simple, but the heart will know, and it will vibrate differently. The angels say the woman who chose to heal will now be chosen by a healing love. And it's you. You chose healing. You chose to move forward. You had the courage to let go of her name, and now another name will be revealed to you, a name that will bring peace, a name that will sound light, like a breath of hope. And when it arrives, you'll feel that something has truly changed. This person won't come to save you, they will come to walk by your side, and that makes all the difference. But for this encounter to happen in the best way possible, the angels ask you, stay open, avoid closing yourself off again, avoid comparing to the past, avoid thinking that all love carries pain. Because this new love won't resemble anything you've experienced before. It will be different because you are different. And perhaps you wonder, but I still feel something when I hear her name. What if it hasn't truly passed? Dear one, the angels understand. They say that feeling nostalgia doesn't mean being trapped. It only means that you are human, that you love truly, that you gave your best. But today, you choose to live the love that sets you free, not the one that binds you. And this decision changes everything. You won't need to strive to be chosen anymore. You will be seen, valued, loved in the right measure, in the right way, by the right person. And if today, upon hearing her name, a part of you still hurts, embrace that part. Tell her, you were important, but now I am ready for something new, and the universe will hear, and this new presence will draw near, not because you are searching, but because you are vibrating love. You are now the kind of person who attracts what they deserve. You have become magnetic, and the love that comes will confirm all of this. The angels conclude this passage with a beautiful image. They show you walking down a lit path. Behind you, footprints of pain fade away. Ahead, extended hands, sincere smiles, a new name, and when you hear that name, the one that is to come, your heart will smile without fear. You don't need to know how it will be. You only need to trust that it is already happening, and it is. Dear soul, today, the angels want you to receive the missing piece in this emotional puzzle. A silent piece, hidden behind layers of sorrow, nostalgia, doubt, and silence. And this piece is the purpose of that relationship. Yes, all of that had a reason, even when it seemed unfair. Even when it seemed to have come only to disrupt your life and then leave you on the floor. After all, how can something so beautiful become so confusing? How can a feeling so strong end with such a cold silence? The angels say, the pain only, screamed loud because the love was real. And when love is real, it forces us to look within. It exposes our hidden wounds. It becomes a mirror, showing not only what we are, but also everything we avoid feeling. That's why you could never forget her name, because it wasn't just about her. It was about you, about everything you awakened in that relationship, about all the parts of you that lit up when she entered your life, but also about everything that remained hidden after she left. The angels show that behind the love, there was a spiritual lesson. She came to provoke you, to push you to grow. She came to show that you loved others more than yourself, that you put everyone's well-being above your own, and that deep down, the last person you embraced was yourself. And look how everything has changed now. You faced grief without burial. You cried for someone who was still alive, but absent. You made peace with the void, even without ever hearing an "I'm sorry." And this, my dear, this is a strength that even the angels bow to honor. Yes, you healed with the pieces that remained. You rebuilt love within yourself. You had the courage. She didn't, and that's why you are free. Free to hear her name without losing yourself. Free to remember with affection and not with anger. Free to understand that it was necessary, because if it weren't for her, you might never have truly found yourself. But now that her name is returning, now that you no longer tremble at the thought of her, it's time to understand the final secret. You no longer need to carry this story. The angels say the learning is complete. The mission is accomplished. Now it's time to let go of the symbol. The symbol is the name. When you hear it today, whether in a casual sentence, a memory, a message, a dream, look within and say, I receive this name as a seal of closure. I acknowledge what I've lived, but now I move forward free, and then something magical happens. You'll feel a different sensation in your body, a light warmth in your chest, a breeze that flows through you. It's spirituality saying, you passed the test. Now you're ready for the next level. And do you know what this new level includes? A conscious love, a light relationship, a connection with someone who has also healed. A feeling that doesn't drain but nourishes. A companionship, where there is dialogue, respect and security. But to live all this, you need to let this name go. Let it go without hatred, without haste, only with gratitude. Have you noticed that after this person you became more attentive, more selective, firmer in your boundaries? That is emotional maturity. And you only achieved this because they showed you where you were losing yourself. So today, hear this name and smile inwardly. Tell yourself, I honor the woman who loved. I honor the woman who suffered. But now, I celebrate the woman who awoke. They were an important character in your book. But now, this part of the story has come to an end, and you are the author of the next page. Now that you have reconnected with your essence, now that your energy is clean, now that your eyes have returned to seeing love without despair, the universe will gift you with something new, but it only delivers when it knows that the old has been respected and released. And my dear, this moment has arrived. So when their name echoes in your day, pause for a few seconds and say, you were a mirror. I thank you, but my reflection is now different, and then let the wind carry it away. Dear soul, you've come this far with courage. You faced the pains, made peace with the ghosts of the past, forgave those who hurt you, and most importantly, embraced yourself as perhaps you never had before. And now the angels whisper clearly, what is to come is greater than you dreamed. The liberation that began when their name echoed for the last time now transforms into openness. Openness to live a mature love. A love where you no longer need to beg for attention, where you don't feel fear of being abandoned, where you don't diminish yourself to fit into someone else's world, because now you have chosen yourself. And it is this choice that changes everything. You may not even realize it, but your energy has changed. Before, there was within you a field of waiting. A part of you still waited for that person from the past to appear. Send a message, say, "I regret it. You said you had moved on." But deep inside, there was still this echo. Now, this echo has silenced. Now, the space is empty, but not empty of sadness, empty of peace. And in this blank space, the universe begins to write something new. The angels are preparing a reunion, but not with them. The reunion that is to come is with someone who will see you with the right eyes, someone who won't need you to explain yourself 1,000 times, someone who will know how to listen to you, embrace you, love you at the right time. This person exists. They are closer than you imagine, and they are also healing, like you. The angels say that you are both being prepared to meet at a moment of lightness, not of need. Because when two hearts unite in truth, love doesn't sicken. It heals. And you deserve to be healed by love. After so long repairing yourself alone, you deserve someone who walks by your side and says, "You don't need to make any effort to be loved. I see you." But for this new love to flourish, the angels ask you for one last surrender, a deep surrender. They ask you to close your eyes for a few seconds now, take a deep breath and say, "I allow, I receive, I am ready to live the love that honors me." This affirmation is an energetic seal. It opens invisible doors. It declares to the universe that your vibration is aligned with the truth of your heart. You are no longer the woman who waited to be chosen. Now you are the woman who chooses. And when love arrives, you will know how to recognize it, because it won't make you doubt. Do you know what the angels are showing you now? They show you opening a window in the morning, the sunlight entering the room, the wind touching your face, and in that instant you feel a presence, a peace, a certainty. I am where I need to be. This is the sign that the right love is near. It won't arrive with noise. It will arrive with calm, with truth, with consistency. And yes, it may come from someone you never imagined, or it may be someone who has been around but never managed to reach you until now. Because before, you were too busy trying to fix the shards of the past, but now you are whole. Now love no longer needs to be a salvation. It will be an extension of your light. And this new phase is so beautiful. You will surprise yourself with how much you can love with lightness, without drama, without games, without needing to prove anything. You will live a love that respects your silences, that celebrates your achievements, that looks at you and says, "Thank you for being exactly who you are." This is the love that the angels are bringing. And it hasn't arrived before because you needed to choose yourself first. Do you understand now? Everything you lived with her brought you here. It wasn't a loss, it was formation. She showed you where it hurt. You learned to heal. And now you are ready to live what is real. Today, when you hear her name, and you will hear it, smile with gratitude. Because thanks to this pain, you have become a woman who does not accept less than she deserves. You have become your best version. You have been reborn, and the angels applaud you now. They say, "You won, not the other, but yourself. You won. The loneliness, the guilt, the fear, and now you are ready to receive the love you planted in silence. You are living a miracle, even if you haven't noticed yet, and it will manifest itself little by little in details. In casual encounters that seem magical, in conversations that make you smile again, in hands that touch you without haste. And when this new love arrives, you will know. Your body will recognize it, your soul will relax, and your heart will say, "Now yes, I am home." Dear soul, today is the day. Today is the instant when everything you have lived begins to make sense. Because what seemed like confusion was preparation. What seemed like abandonment was redirection. And what seemed like the end was just the beginning of your liberation. The angels show me clearly. You were not left behind. You were spared from a story that no longer fit you. You were gently removed from a connection that no longer made sense for the woman you were becoming. And her name. Yes, the name that echoed so many times inside your chest, that made you lose nights of sleep, that made you ask, why? This name today becomes a key. The key that locks what no longer serves you. The key that opens the portal to a new chapter. More true, more whole, more yours. You have gone through all the phases that only strong souls face. You loved, were hurt, remained silent, cried in hiding, begged the universe for answers. But even without knowing, even on your darkest days, you continued. And this persistence is what the angels honor today, because they know it wasn't easy. But you won. You won yourself. You won the pattern. You won the repetition. And now you are reborn. This rebirth is silent. It doesn't come with fireworks. It comes in the form of peace, of lightness, of a smile without reason, of a morning when you wake up and feel, everything is fine. I am fine. And it is. Because the love you've been searching for outside now exists. Within you, you no longer need her to come back. You no longer need her to apologize. You no longer need to hear what she never had the courage to say, because now you are enough. And when this emotional independence takes hold, true love approaches, not needy love, but mirror love. The kind that comes because you're ready, not because you're needy. The angels show that the next love that comes into your life will be very different. It will be someone who isn't afraid of your depths, someone who doesn't run away when you show who you are, someone who says, I choose to stay every day, and you'll know it's real, because it will be simple, it will be light, it will be reciprocal. But for that, you need to complete this cycle with truth. No pending issues, no invisible ties. No waiting for the past to fix itself. Today, before this message, before your strength, before your light, the angels ask only one thing. Choose to move forward. Not in a hurry, but with presence. Keep honoring what you've lived, thanking what you've learned, and trusting what's coming. Because it's coming, and it's coming beautifully. The universe doesn't waste healings. It rewards hearts that liberate themselves with courage. And you, my dear, are one of those brave souls who deserve everything. You'll hear that name today, one more time. Maybe for the last time. And when you hear it, you'll smile. You'll take a deep breath, and you'll say with a clean heart, it was important, but now it's the past. And at that moment, the angels pour over you the blessing of true love. The love that doesn't hurt, the love that adds up, the love that flourishes. Now the angels ask you for one last gesture. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, I deserve to be loved with lightness, reciprocity, and truth. Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.